Ellen, you've been working with clay for more than 20 years, and you've studied with teachers in the US and Europe. Here at La Macina, you've been working with the theme of legacy. So can you tell me a little bit more about your work and what inspired this theme?
Well, this is a totem series that I'm just beginning, and I came to La Macina to think about this idea and to make some models in drawing and in clay. The work began with a book that I wrote, which I'll leave here for you. It's called Glowing on Embers, and it's a story of women who come from different cultures who have had very difficult lives, and I interviewed them and tell their story. And what impressed me was, even with all these difficulties, they gave to their families and their communities these legacies that prevailed. And I wanted to find some way to represent that in these totems. So that's what got me going. And I'm doing one at home for a friend, and I decided here to start with my own. And this is my idea for mine. When I do it at home, it'll be twice as big, at least, and it'll be on square blocks. There'll be 3 of them, and then this will stand. And this represents what's called a chuppah, which is the Jewish marriage place where couples marry. And there are 4 posts. And the posts in all the totems will have 4 parts. One is ancestors. So these are my family ancestors, the people who influenced me most. And then also my parents. And I know it's an elephant, but my father was known as Paki. And my mother, who was a great writer, it seemed to me. These are symbols from Jewish tradition. They're the hand, which represents protection, the chai, which represents life, the pomegranate, which represents fertility, the shofar, which is the call to the new year, and then the candles for each week when we light the candles at the Shabbos at the end of the week. And then the last one, which is actually the one I've had most fun with here, is what I'm calling the children's tree.
I love that one.
And it has me as a baby, it has my children as a baby, and then my 3 biological children all in this tree. And the idea for me was that we were involved, we were connected to each other. Following that, I had an idea to interview Mima and Duccio. This is not a model. This is notes. I didn't have time to do a model. So these are all my ideas. This is just, and so as you can see in the beginning, there are the lions, and these are for the Gemini twins. That's the sign of the Gemini. And these are going to be the monks coming in to the church with the studio and the clock. And then all the way around, there'll be different things. On this side, this is going to be Debord and Sanguinetti. This is just the door to the studio. On this side, this will be Duccio and his father climbing the mountain. This will be an oval of Mima and her family, her grandmother, her aunts, and herself. And these will be looking at each other, Mima and Duccio. And then on the back, there'll be symbols of artists, book, Duccio's lights, painting, photography. And so those are, again, it may change when I go home, but these are sort of the ideas that I have so far.
Oh, nice.
So, okay?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.